As we approach year's end, a traditional year's end question. Economically speaking, are you better off now than you were a year ago?
Definitely a lot better.
You do?
You can tell that it definitely has picked up around in the area.
A little bit more of a boost.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
It feels like the whole world economy is on edge every day.
We're in construction, and yes, there is a bit more work going on right now.
No, I do not. I'm looking very hard for a part-time job.
Work with a lot of people who are doing resumes, looking for work. A lot of people have 2, 3, even 4 jobs.
I will take the mantle. If we don't get what we want, I will shut down the go.
I guess theoretically less taxes is good.
We're all probably finishing up the year on a good note.
We are definitely better off here at LTR because we've got our two great political analysts, Marianne Marsh and Patrick Griffin. Thank you for joining us.
Good to be here.
So let's kick it off with the tea. Luis Ramirez is gone. He lasted only 3 months out of his 3-year contract, and this is now the 5th general manager at the T in 4 years. We'll ask you both, starting with you, Marianne. Scapegoat, or is this a good decision?
A good decision would be to find someone who could do the job. I mean, as you mentioned, this is the 5th person in 4 years. All of them have failed at it. He had 15 months. He couldn't get it done either. And it is a drag on the entire economy in the state not to have reliable public transit. So with MIT and Harvard and everybody else here, go find the best person in the country or here, put them to work and give them everything they need to get the job done.
There are 2 tougher jobs in America right now. One is hosting the Academy Awards. The other one is being Donald Trump's chief of staff. The MBTA is as difficult as any government agency to run. I think it's a very tough thing. It'll be interesting to see what happens when Steve Poftik steps in, who's a guy who's from the system, who's Ramirez was from outside. So, hard thing to do. Old infrastructure, old switches, old everything. It'll be interesting to see what this $8 billion does over the next 5 years.
Yeah, and not enough money, even with all that money. Gas restoration in the Merrimack Valley is, quote, essentially complete, but the governor says it is not mission accomplished. Take a listen.
In the end, we will hold Columbia accountable for all the stuff they should be held accountable for, period.
So this week marks 3 months since explosions and fires rocked the area, and Beacon Hill is not happy. At a legislative hearing this week, the president of the utility claimed safety is a priority, but legislators aren't buying it. How comfortable would you be going back into your home as a Columbia Gas customer, and should they lose their license as Lawrence's Mayor Dan Rivera wants, Pat?
I'm afraid to turn the gas on the stove these days. After seeing what these people went through, that has got to have an enormous psychological impact on thinking about your family, your home, your safety fundamentally. So I'm not sure that's an easy thing, Janet, for anybody to get over. I do think that, as the governor said, they're well on their way. You can ream out Columbia Gas, but you better have them get the job done and hold them accountable, as the governor said, before you switch teams, because they got a job to do and they're not finished.
Is Mayor Rivera right? Should they lose their license?
Well, I think that's post-adjudication of all this. I think the claims, the lawsuits, the second guessing, let's get the job done and then figure that out. Mayor Rivera's been right on top of this. He's done an amazing job.
How comfortable would you be if you were a Columbia Gas customer, Marianne?
Not at all. I mean, yeah, they might have them all hooked up, but who knows what's going to happen next. I think the best thing the legislature has done in a long, long time was to hold that hearing on the heels of the Warren Markey hearing, because in it, then you also heard, on top of their incompetence and the threat to public safety, they aren't even providing, because everyone's locked out, people aren't getting health care. And that came out in that hearing as well. So I think they should go out of business. Yes, all the claims should be paid and all that. But I just feel like nobody's moving fast enough, not only to get people back in their homes, which is barely getting done before Christmas. There's no confidence that they got the job done right. And no one seems to be really fixing it.
Time to yank the license?
Yes, absolutely.
Interesting.
You can still get the money with that, period, end of sentence. You can still get the money.
Let's hope so. It's a bad situation, no question about it.
Turning to Washington, Congressman Seth Moulton finally relented. He joined a group of rebel Democrats, finally agreeing to support Nancy Pelosi for Speaker, but only until 2022. Did he have a choice, Marianne?
So many things to say. Look, Seth Moulton made the biggest political mistake of his life. period. And he opposed Nancy Pelosi for no good reason, with no one to run against her. He wouldn't do it. And it's the equivalent of basically giving every kid a trophy, for playing in a game. He wants her to step down and other people to step down so other people can step up and lead. Well, run against her. Go ahead and do it. And I think what we really learned about Seth Moulton is the fact that he is wedded to his ideas and himself more than he is the constituents in his district and Massachusetts. And he's going to pay a big price for that in 2020. And if he really believes in term limits, I went back and looked at whether he did. He ran on it. Well, then his 4 years are up in 2020.
Interestingly, I'm sorry, Pat, you didn't weigh in on this.
So much to say, but I think Seth Moulton is, it sounds to me what Marian's saying is shame on Seth Moulton for believing the Democratic Party shouldn't look like a wax museum as it moves forward. Between presidential candidates, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, it is a wax museum. I think Seth Moulton represents a new kind of Democrat. I think he's very popular. I'm not sure where this goes. And by the way, don't be sure that Seth Moulton runs for Congress. He may have bigger things on his mind, and that may be where he's headed.
Well, wait a minute. Pelosi took down Trump, the other day, as you well know, number one. And number two, Seth should have run against her. But he didn't do it because he couldn't beat her.
But the point is this, and again, I'm not sure. No, it's not the point, unfortunately. You don't have to run for speaker to stand up and say, we might want to think about a new generation of leadership to tackle Donald Trump, if that's what we're seriously going to do.
She tackled
Nancy Pelosi is yesterday's news. America said goodbye to her a long time ago, and you're regenerating her like Frankenstein's monster.
Of all, wait. First of all, she took out Trump, as you know, number one. Number two,
she took out Trump?
Not only did Moulton not run against her, nobody ran against her.
What do you mean she took out Trump? You mean
Seth put Representative Fudge out there, and she wouldn't even do it.
You mean that silly, that she took him out in the Oval Office?
Oh my gosh.
Well, she's going to have to do a lot more than that, but so are Democrats if they're going to beat Trump. As bad as Trump is on his worst day, you guys are going to have to figure out a way to come up with something.
Let's talk a little bit about Seth Moulton himself. Barbara L'Italienne, she lost the 3rd congressional race, but she's now revving up for a run against Moulton in 2020. So what odds do you give her, Marianne, on that one?
Not very good. A woman is Seth Moulton's biggest threat if he runs, but she came in 3rd. She couldn't raise the money. I don't see her doing it this time.
What do you think, Pat?
Agreed. I think she was a weak 3rd candidate. He's a popular guy. It can be very, very hard to take him out.
Okay, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back.